Welcome back for another lecture about Stargate physics, and this time what we're going to be talking, we're really going to be expanding on the dynamic Stargate system. We're talking about interstellar travel or really long distance travel, and if you've done any kind of playing around, massaging of the energy requirements of a Stargate, you'll probably know that in order to get from Earth to, let's say, Alpha Centauri or whichever star is the closest. I think it's like four light years away. We don't have enough. We can't produce enough electrical energy um, on this planet in an entire year, maybe even in 10 years time, to get there. The energy requirements are just too massive. However, there's always a way around something if we understand this a little deeper. And I'm going to draw a couple pictures on a board here first. Okay. All right. Um, this is all right. Let's move it over a bit. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So these are our different celestial bodies. All right. Um, and this is really what's going to happen here. Okay. We have so far we've talked about artificial wormholes, but actually in nature there are wormholes all over the place, and we can actually predict them, at least somewhat. But in all reality, we're talking about creating a Stargate network and so on, but we actually don't have to create one of our own because there's one that already exists. Several weeks ago or several months ago, there was an article in Yahoo News talking about vortex-shaped electrical or electromagnetic vortexes that go from the sun to the earth, and they last several minutes in duration, and they're happening all of the time. And so, this is probably happening to all of the other planets and everything else around. Obviously, this is the macro level. It's probably happening on the micro level as well. All right. So, basically, what we're able to do is, if we want to go from Earth here to planet X over here, we actually need to put a Stargate within a Stargate. Okay? And what I mean by that is this. Okay. We know that inside of everything there is basically like a black hole or a vortex, a dual toroid. That's how everything exists. All right. So really, if we want to go from here to here, we already know that the Earth, or the Sun and the Earth, are always communicating with each other. Uh, is probably via this magnetic vortex that appears every 8 minutes and lasts several more minutes. Okay, and with this, we have a very good opportunity, a window of opportunity to create a wormhole to anywhere, anytime, any place. Okay, and so let's say the sun is always creating a uh, connection to us. Okay, so really, we in our Stargate, we do not need to initially. We don't need to worry about where this planet is actually at. Okay, we just need to make a connection. We need to put in the Stargate address into our outermost Stargate ring that goes from this sun to the sun, this X sun. Okay, and that is fairly easy. We can use we can use static addresses to do that because stars are not, they're not really moving that much in relation to each other. Okay, they are orbiting around something, but we're all relative to each other. Okay. Okay, so we need to once we create the connection between these two suns, and maybe the Earth is connected to the sun at some moment in time. We automatically, if we step through that gate, we're automatically going to end up in the center of the sun. Granted, we will probably never feel anything because the gravity inside will probably be so massive and so hot, we'd vaporize instantly, or we'd be shot out through some kind of not wormhole, some kind of mass ejection, which we know is primarily water, which is very ironic. Okay, but you know what we really need is, I'm going to draw it down here. Okay. Okay, this is our outermost ring. Okay, basically a very simple, very basic Stargate. Okay, and that's going to connect our sun to the sun X. Okay, that gets us there. But we actually need to get here. We actually need to get there. So how do we do that? Okay, so we're going to be ending up right here, but we want to get there, which means we need to put another Stargate, a wormhole device, inside of this. Okay. All right. Okay, so what we have is we have the outer Stargate device that's getting us to here, and okay, obviously the event horizon from here and here is exactly at the same place because we're talking about hyperspace. Okay, but now if we put another device inside of there, we can actually create a connection between here, here, and here. Okay? So really what this inner Stargate device is doing is it's creating a connection from the center of this sun to wherever this other one happens to be. Okay? And that's how we are going to be able to travel interstellar distances. Okay, like I said before, we have this power requirement, right? now here's the little issue though. We are not creating we are not creating or channeling all the energy that will need to go from here to here to here. We don't need to do that. Nature is already doing it for us. However, there is still a large energy requirement considered. Okay, and let's maybe draw a larger picture. Let's just say our Earth. Okay, and let's say our Stargate device is on the surface right there. Okay, we know that at the inside of the Earth is probably a small wormhole, a natural wormhole, a vortex of some kind, and that when the sun communicates whatever language celestial bodies communicate with, um, whatever they do, it connects to here with that magnetic vortex. The sun is, it creates its own wormhole. That's how things communicate. So really, what we need to do, we do not need to create all the energy that will go from here to here to here to here. We don't need it. We only need okay, does that look familiar? It should. Okay, this is this is basically what we're talking about, the distance calculation and the Stargate accuracy calculation. Okay, all we need to do is we need to create enough energy to be able to access this vortex in the center of the Earth. All we need. And it's something like 3,000 miles or something like that. I think, don't quote me on how thick the Earth actually is. Somebody told me, or maybe I read somewhere, that the Earth is actually growing. Not very much, not like a small child or anything like that, but slightly. Okay, so if we can create enough energy in our stargates to create the field that will reach the center of the Earth, or the center of really any other celestial body that our stargate happens to be nearby, we are automatically going to be connected to that next higher level, and we're going to be able to go anywhere that we want. Okay. And obviously, this planet over here is going to be moving around its sun, so we're going to need to know exactly where it is and when it is in order to actually get this Stargate to be sending dynamic data back to our Stargate, so we can do the whole dynamic Stargate thing. Okay, and yeah, like I said, this is happening on a macro level. Can be happening on a macro level. And obviously this is probably already even happening on a micro level. And that could probably open up some very interesting technologies in terms of medical technology, and so many other things, okay, so if you have any questions about this, please give me a comment on my comments page or something like that. Okay, and thanks for watching.